By now, we all know the Tesla Model S is fast and has a super futuristic interior. But what makes it such a great daily driver? I'm gonna show you right now. The first thing you'll love about the Model S is literally how spacious the cabin is. Like right now, I'm in the back seat, and there's just so much more space, you know, we're going left to right. The second thing is literally the pilot position. When you're in the driver's seat, you almost feel like you're driving a spaceship, and like you actually have passengers, like a giant spaceship or something, and there's passengers on board, and you just got to take care of everybody. That's a stupid way to put it, but that is how it feels. It feels like you're driving a literal rocket ship, like a NASA rocket ship. It's just a really futuristic interior, and I think when you get the Model S, when you experience the Model S, if you're gonna buy a Model S, you'll love that right away. You'll love the feeling you get sitting in the actual driver's seat because you really feel like you're in control of something. A lot of people get hung up on the fact that when they buy a Tesla, oh, I'm not gonna feel like I'm driving anymore. I personally don't feel that at all. I feel like you are the driver. You're fully in control, and there's lots of things for you to do besides just drive. There's lots of different, controls, and autopilot functions really cool, obviously. And autopilot's not just a set it and forget it. You are still kind of monitoring at all times. So you definitely still feel like you're driving the vehicle. It's not like you just press one button and then you're taken. I know Elon Musk hopes that one day that is going to be the future, and maybe it will. But for right now, you definitely still feel like you're driving. So don't let that be a reason why you wouldn't want to step into a Model S. The other reason I think the Model S is a really great daily driver is because not just for you, but your passengers get really great amenities too. So like the back seats, if it's cold, even the back seats are heated. And the passengers also have a monitor that they can look at, and they can watch YouTube or Netflix. Unlike you cannot watch that while you're driving, but they can watch all kinds of different shows and stuff like that, especially if you have kids. So it's great to have that backseat entertainment area if you have kids or for your guests. And of course they can control their own air and stuff like that, and they can even control the music, but of course you can shut them off from all that. I do that with my kids all the time. I tell them, if you touch this when I don't want you to, I am turning the back display off. So that's a really fun thing you can do to torture your children. Obviously, one of the best reasons to have a Model S or just have a Tesla in general, if you're thinking about getting a Tesla, or maybe you own one, but you haven't really used autopilot yet, I can tell you from experience, I've used autopilot since I got this vehicle, even when it was kind of scary at first when we first got it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I trust this 100%. I don't think you can always trust autopilot 100%. I'm sorry, Elon. I think autopilot is awesome, but you should always be aware. But autopilot makes this the best ride ever. Imagine having to go 60 miles to your work. Maybe you live out towards the country area and you have to drive the city every day. You just set this thing on autopilot. It's gonna get you to where you need to go, and you're more or less just kind of like watching the road. You're not driving necessarily like with your hands on the wheel 24/7, although that is recommended. I don't always obey that. Sometimes I just put a little finger right there, but people drive safe. But you can just pretty much just kind of watch your surroundings, and then you're good to go. Autopilot's going to get you where you need to go, and it just makes for a relaxing ride. One thing I think Tesla really got right is when you're driving and you need to reverse, or you need to check who's beside you and stuff like that, their cameras are just so big. So when you need to, maybe you turn on the left blinker or the right blinker, it's gonna show up a giant video screen where you can see who's beside you. Now in autopilot, this won't matter because autopilot's doing this for you. But if you're driving yourself, maybe you're on a city street or something like that, or maybe you're just backing up or whatever it is you're doing, this is gonna allow you to really see your surroundings really well. And I feel like in a lot of vehicles, you don't really get that. You get those screens, but they're much tinier. And in Tesla, they're just so big, and you can really see your surroundings, and it makes driving such an easier experience. The Tesla Model S is extremely fast, so as a daily driver, it's really good when, not necessarily that you want to break the law of speeding, but you want to be able to kind of get up and get around somebody quickly, or a truck or something like that. you're not going to have any issue. There is no vehicle on the road that is going to be able to really overtake you at all. So you can always kind of get in the lane you want, stay in the lane you want. You never really have to worry about stuff like that. I remember we've owned a couple different vehicles, and other vehicles just aren't like Tesla vehicles, especially they're kind of more high performance vehicles. You really have get up and go, more so than just like a sports car, like a Mustang or Camaro or something like that. Like this thing pushes immediately. There is no delay, and it's super quiet. So when you're on the inside, you're not hearing this big engine. Now you may want that sound, and Tesla does have like a, there's like a plug-in or something like that you can put car sounds in on the outside through a speaker, like your horn. I don't know how all that works, but I've seen that done. But it's really great to, if you need to get up and go, you can get up and friggin' go. So yes, there's a lot of really great things you can do with your Tesla. You've got the doorknobs that auto open and present themselves to you. You've got a massive screen where you can stop on the side of the road, or stop somewhere at a gas station, or while you're charging and play games or surf the internet or whatever. But just in general, as fun as this car is, as fast as this car is, as cool as this car is on the inside, the best thing about it is the experience driving it day to day. So yes, you want a car that you like. Yes, you want a car that is you and fits your personality and style. But I can just tell you that this is, out of all the vehicles we've owned, the best driving experience I have ever had. It's just fun to drive. It's hard to explain that. So hopefully I've given you some of the things you can kind of understand in this video. But that's just, and these are just things that how I feel. You may feel totally different, but coming from, like I said, lots of different vehicles and backgrounds, I feel like this is the best daily driver, hands down.